I'll be on the Republican primary ticket on May 4th, and I'm just here looking for your support, and I'd like to listen to what concerns you have and what you have to say. Before we begin with the speeches and all that kind of thing, I'd like to have you stand and join me in singing our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Good singers.
Play ball. Play ball.
I think we all know the words of God Bless America. Why don't we sing that together too? God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself and why I'm here today. My name is Rob Pastore. I'm running on the, as I said, the Republican ballot for United States House of Representatives. I'll be in the election on May 4th, Tuesday, May 4th. Basically, I'm running because I believe that our current congressman is not listening to us. And I think that we need to have a servant in Washington and not somebody who allows Washington to serve him. And what I'm really focusing on are jobs in the economy. I think that we need to cut our deficit spending. Our current congressman voted to increase deficit spending by $1.9 trillion. The deficit, or the money that our federal government owes, was $5.9 trillion. It was a record when Barack Obama first came into office. It is estimated to be $10 trillion by the end of this year. Our current congressman voted to increase deficit spending by $1.9 trillion at the beginning of February. And to me, that goes against what we stand for here in Northwest Indiana. It's going to hurt us because it'll never allow our tax burden to go down on individuals like you and me and on small businesses. And if that tax burden doesn't go down, then small businesses are never going to hire new people, and it's just going to continue to hurt the economy of Northwest Indiana. The second reason I'm running is because I'm very much against the health care bill that passed a couple of weeks ago. I'm very much against the health care bill that Pete Visclosky, our current congressman, voted for in November, because it is going to take $500 billion out of Medicare. And how many people here enjoy Medicare right now? Just about everybody. You know, this is going to bankrupt Medicare, folks. It's going to take $500 billion, that's $500 billion out of Medicare in the next 5 years. It's going to take $150 billion out of Social Security. How many people are on Social Security here? Well, guess what? It's going to hurt your Social Security as well. We're on our way to a great, our trade is on its way to a great wreck right now. So that's why I'm running for office, for those reasons. I also think our national security has been compromised because our current administration, supported by our incumbent congressman, has decided to stop the space shuttle program. And you got to ask yourself, well, how does that affect national security? Well, that affects national security because, ladies and gentlemen, our military uses satellites in space as a tool in warfare. Our troops, when they went into the Middle East, and particularly Afghanistan, use all kinds of satellite technology to locate the enemy to take them out. And it's important for the safety of our troops that we have capability up in space. And by stopping the space shuttle program, we are relying on the Russians to give us a ride up to the space station in space and to help us in that endeavor. And we don't need a potential enemy helping us or telling us what to do with our space program. That's very dangerous. Secondly, I believe that the idea of taking the prisoners that were in Guantanamo Bay and giving them trials like you and I, Americans, law-abiding citizens, would have is very harmful because you're giving a platform for these people that hate our way of life to spew their poison and hatred to the rest of the world. A platform from which they can recruit new terrorists to join Al-Qaeda and the other terrorist organizations that they belong to try to harm us here in the West, in the United States, and in Europe as well. So I believe that those are the three key issues right now. I believe that our representative in Congress is not our servant. He's been in office for 26 years. He's not listening to you. He's not listening to people on Social Security. He's not listening to people on Medicare when he jeopardizes those programs by voting for something that's going to rob them of $500 billion or $150 billion in the case of Social Security. He's not listening to you. He's not looking out for you, and he's not representing your best interests. And that's what I would do in Washington. The second thing I would do in Washington that he doesn't do is I would fight to make earmark money illegal. Does anybody know what an earmark is? I'll explain it to you. When a bill is proposed in Congress, certain congressmen go, well, I like that bill. I think it'd be a good bill, but I want an extra $2 million added so ABC Paving can buy a new piece of equipment. That's called an earmark. That's just an example. There's a company called Nanosonics out of Skokie, Illinois, that was given by our current incumbent in the year 2008 a $2 million earmark, folks. $2 million to a 3-employee company from outside of the state of Indiana. That's our representative. That company gave him a $20,000 campaign contribution shortly thereafter. Then they received a $20 million contract from the Department of Defense because our entrenched incumbent is the number 3 most powerful congressman in the U.S. Defense Appropriations Committee. And that's how he's abusing his power, and he's not serving us, he's allowing Washington to serve him. And we need to stop that. And that's why I'm running for Congress. Do you have any questions for me?